Good morning. Let's go on morning chores on our homestead. So this is our first full summer with all these animals. So we're still learning, but this is the routine that we have discovered works best for us, carrying along toddlers. So our first order of business is to fill up several buckets with water that we can take to the chickens. Our ultimate goal is to have water out in the pasture, but that's not a first summer option for us. So we do still haul a little bit of water. We've found that the 5-gallon buckets are about the right size because they're still liftable. No, spray the camera. This coop has what we call our these are the laying flock that's not quite old enough to start laying yet. And there's some of them are roosters. Actually, quite a few of them are roosters. But as they get old enough for us to start to tell, we'll split them out and deal with them then. But we just gotta feed water. And this tractor does get moved on a regular basis. Usually every day. The tractor gets moved on a regular basis. Usually every day or every other day. This little coop is for our mama chicken. She has food and water. We just check and make sure that they're full. But while she's on her nest, she won't eat or drink a whole lot. And then when the chicks hatch, they'll just stay in here with mama for a few days or a couple weeks, depending on how long it takes them to feather out. Before mama will go back to the laying chickens, the babies will go in with the teenagers and become next year's laying flock. These are our laying chickens, and they get moved right now every day, sometimes every other day.
This is our chickshaw, our mobile chicken coop. We built it off of Justin Rose's design. Really easy, straightforward building guide, and we have loved this thing. Out.
So this is their food, and we just sprinkle it on the ground, and I cheat and I sprinkle it right on top of the cow patties so they have incentive to peck through the cow patties and spread them out. So Brian is out in the pasture out there. You can't see it with the cow. I'll show you him bringing her in. But for now, while we're here, we got to get the food and stuff ready. We do 100% grass fed on our cow. So while she's in the stanchion, she gets these alfalfa pellets. This alfalfa is a grass. And she really likes them. And we'll give her a handful of this alfalfa hay. She doesn't like it as much, but we have it, so we're trying to use it up. So here she is. Here we go. So our cow's name is Dolly. She's coming in. She's so used to this routine that she'll just walk herself from the pasture straight to the stanchion all by herself. And then we need to do some modifications on our stanchion so that it works more correctly. But for now, this is what we're doing. Brian will need the lead rope when he takes her back. This is just some warm water, and we're going to wipe off her udders just to get any dirt or anything off so that it doesn't fall into the milk bucket. Some people use soap for this. Some of the stuff we've read recommended not to worry about that, so we've tried it and it's never really been an issue. And then you got to get at least one squirt on the ground just to make sure that's where any of the bacteria and bad stuff would hang out, right at the very tip. Then it's time for milking. Most people milk from this side, which is the cow's right. This cow, before we got her, was used to being milked from both sides. So oftentimes you can't see him, but Brian's on the other side of the cow, and he'll reach in and start milking sometimes too. Yep. Now, technically you could keep milking forever because she's always making more milk, but we're pretty much done. This is the reservoir here, and it's just a milk pail with a lid. So we're going to dump the milk in here so that it doesn't get anything in it when we go back to the house. You done?
Come on. Let's go.
While Brian takes Dolly back to the pasture and put her in, we set up the cow fence for her in the evening, so he just has to put her in and then open the divide between her and Buster. We're going to take the milk inside because that's part of morning chores. Brian will also give the cows any water that they need. We have about 4 or 5 lengths of hose from our house all the way out to the pasture because we don't have an irrigation system yet. And while a 5-gallon bucket to the chickens is annoying, but doable, lactating cows, we've been told, can drink up to 50 gallons in a day. Now, we never actually had Dolly drink that much, I don't think, but Brian did not want to haul 10 buckets of water out there every day. So, we just have a bunch of hoses. Alright, let's go inside. Alright, so this is our strainer. This is just the mixer bowl because our strainer doesn't fit. It fits on top of the reservoir is what it's designed to do, but that doesn't, the milk's already in the reservoir, so that's not working for us. So we just strain into a different bowl and then we'll pour it into the jars. We use these filters, or just disposable milk filters. And I can link all of this stuff for you in the description. We're just going to pour the milk through the strainer. This particular bowl doesn't hold a whole gallon, so while we're waiting for this to strain, we're going to start the coffee, because while that might not be a technical chore, it's very, very important. So here, we use a French press, so here, ignore the messy kitchen. So I'm just going to take and pour this into the glass jars. And then Sharpie will wipe right off glass. So we just use a Sharpie and I put, you can't see that, the date, so it's the 19th, so I just put a 19 on the jar, and then when I wash the jar, I can wash that off and use the jar again. But it'll let us know so we can make sure we use the milk before it gets too old. And I'm going to set these over by the sink, and before technically done, I wash those. If you're a procrastinating type person, let me encourage you to wash the milk things in the morning, because I have done both. And wash them immediately and then waited to wash them. And they almost rinse right out if it's right away. So it's really easy to wash. Here, you have to actually scrub. We want to get this milk in the fridge first. We're running out of space to make something with that milk. That one needs to go to the chickens. This one will be for breakfast, so we're just gonna leave it sit right here. Let's finish up this cup. So thanks for coming along with us this morning as we took care of over 100 chickens and our 2 cows and milked and took care of all the morning chores and ended up with a nice cup of fresh coffee with yesterday's milk. So if you enjoyed this, please subscribe and you can check out one of our other videos. And remember, we're going to be doing an evening chore video as well, so you might want to stick around for that. See you next time.